Welcome back to Taj's Garden. I'm the gardening realtor. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here, and if you're returning, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about overwintering your pepper plants. So I understand that this is probably too far after the fact, but I want you guys to know what exactly I did and how they turned out. So I watched a ton of videos on how to overwinter your pepper plants because, like a lot of other people, I was just getting rid of them, pulling them up, putting them in the compost, and restarting every year. And I was a bit tired of doing that, so I started trying something a little bit different. Instead of pruning them at the end of the season, what I did was bring the entire plant. Those two pepper plants are in buckets, by the way, so I brought both of them inside of my garage and I let it sit there the entire winter season. Today is the first day that I brought them out. So the first thing we're going to do is prune off all of the dead leaves that are on these pepper plants, and we're going to get rid of any dead stems. Now, it is a huge difference between the dead ones and the ones that are alive. The dead ones are either all the way brown or they are black, and the alive ones are green. So we're going to go ahead and prune those dead ones off and keep the green ones on. I'm going to top it with some mushroom compost and give it a deep water, and then we are good for the season. I'm also going to show you guys a comparison between some dead pepper plants and some ones that are pretty much alive. So I really tried to cover this bed by actually covering it with 2 different layers of frost cloth and 2 different layers of shade cloth. And I also did, I believe, another layer of frost cloth underneath this. So it was heavily covered. I was just trying to do a little experiment and see if I could overwinter my peppers this way. It was worth a try, so you guys are going to be the first to actually see how it looks in comparison to those peppers that I actually overwintered in my garage. The outcome is going to determine which way I do this every single year. So I'm actually a little bit nervous because I don't know if anything is living in this, because it's been completely covered the entire time, so I have no clue what might be living in here. Yeah, go ahead and this is how the pepper plant looks. I didn't get a chance to finish harvesting these before the season was over with. It was just too much and I was ready to go ahead and cover this bed. As you can see, the actual branches are completely brown. I don't think there's any more life in this. It probably did feel a lot of the cold weather. So if I go over here to the peppers that I actually overwintered in my garage, you can see that these stems are very green. Down at the bottom, of course, it is brown. It is like a wood texture that is typical with your pepper plants, but there is a lot of green here, and that indicates that there is still a lot of life. Same thing with this one. This is green as well, so I think we're going to have a pretty good chance. And this just told me that this is the right way to do it instead of doing it this way. So the reason why I did it both ways is because I desperately wanted to see which one would be better for my climate. I watched this one gardener. He is in South California, and he says that it gets cold there. So what he does is he keeps his pepper plants in ground. He has raised beds as well, and he actually covers them with a lot of fabric to try to keep it warm and insulated, and they come back every year. So that is the reason why I tried it that way too, but I did not want to, you know, put all my faith in one basket. I wanted to be able to try both ways. So this just told me that while this might be a good thing for him to do where he is, this is not a good thing for me to do where I live. So this frost cloth is done for. It's completely broken. It's torn up. And I noticed it started doing that after we got that really heavy snow. It was, I guess, too much for this, and it was just pushing down on it. And then once it actually started to melt, I started to notice this was just torn. So this, along with the very, very strong winds that we had here in Oklahoma, it was completely done. So I got this mushroom compost from a local nursery. I'm just going to top it off. That's going to give it a little bit of nutrients and deep water, and that's going to signal to the plant it's okay to go ahead and start producing some new leaves. And I'm going to go ahead and top it off, the final touches, with some straw, and this is going to keep in the moisture. All right, and that is all we're going to be doing today with these peppers. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. As soon as I see some new leaves, you will see either a reel, a TikTok, a short. You'll see something about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you want to be part of an amazing gardening community on Facebook, head on over to Facebook, type in Prosper and Plant. And if you can't find it when you type it in, it's already down in the description as a link. And you can click that link and it'll take you straight there. See you next time.